I get here?
Yeah, definitely a genius of like epic proportions.
New York City. Seems like an eternity ago. The city had sunk its hooks into me, wrapped its tentacles around and squeezed until I couldn't remember my life any other way. The undertow of the city had only grown stronger, and I was still there, getting weaker. Working in the food service industry had ruined me. I would go out to eat and worry about the waiters, what shit they had to put up with that day. I obsessed about whether the kitchen was clean enough or what the cook might have done to the food. Not that you could ever tell. Every dish plated immaculately and served with a smile. Fast food. Fake food. The lowest common denominator. What you saw was what you got. It had become the only thing I could count on, my only tether to reality. The only way I could feel anything. Anymore. The suits were from the National Restaurant Association Fine Dining Special Services, New York City, or NRA for short. The company was calling me in. It was time to go back to work. Once I sobered up, I had done this for too long. The city has never been forgiving to its working class. The workers need the job to live on the island. The money's never enough to pursue their dreams. The wealthy people who bankroll the NRA created this indentured servant class to serve their needs. A dealer and a junkie, each needing the other. I knew the first guy to my left, General Tex Avery. He's one of the NRA's main men. The other guy, I don't know, but he was giving me a vibe. Black Ops. I should have known then what I was in for. They wanted me to hunt down some rogue chef. Walter E. Krapes, a former golden boy, turned on the company and cut a swath of destruction through New York, upsetting the NRA status quo. They were sending me on his trail down the island. We need you to stop him, they said. To drop the check. Then, the bombshell. Krapes was last sighted crossing the East River. I had to go to Brooklyn. Krapes first started trouble on assignment at a restaurant in Times Square. Times Square. The restaurants here are all the same, charging exorbitant prices for subpar food to out-of-towners. Dwayne was the manager of Times Square Americana Cafe. A good soldier, but he was no match for Krapes. Eventually, the NRA recognized the problem was Krapes, so they moved him on to another place. But at that point, Dwayne was already broken. This wasn't going to help me find Krapes. Krapes was sent down the river to a celebrity hangout in Union Square named Avant-Garde. The NRA thought it was punishing Krapes, but I found myself wondering if Krapes relished the opportunity to tear through a place like this. Jonah, the manager, enjoyed debating Krapes. Krapes believed that the existing class division suppressed creativity. Jonah believed that the division was meant to foster creativity. And wouldn't you know it, Jonah considered himself a budding artist. Jonah's passion was photography. Except apparently Jonah was a revolutionary. He didn't even need a camera. No. Jonah used his mind's eye. He would see something and think in his mind, click. Jonah was sure he'd be a superstar once he figured out how to get the pictures out of his head. I had driven to the bottom of the island after Krapes. This was his last stop before he broke contact and disappeared into Brooklyn. Vinny and Maxwell's Steakhouse, the feeding ground for the financial types. Where was all the staff, the manager, the hostess, the busboys? The kitchen should have felt like Grand Central at 3:30 on a Friday, and yet, just a couple of waiters. I tried to talk to the waiters, but they were too busy gorging themselves on leftovers. As I watched those lost souls, it dawned upon me. I'd reached the limits of the NRA's grasp, the last outpost of civilization. There was a fundamental disrespect at work here, a disconnect between the patrons, the workers, the food. And I realized that this was the way things were before Krapes. He didn't cause this, he just exposed the system for what it was. And that's why he was such a threat to the NRA. That had to be why they wanted him reined in, didn't it? Something was bothering me. I couldn't figure out why the NRA was so hysterical over Krapes. They'd had problems with unruly chefs before, but I put it out of my mind. My job wasn't to ask questions. Not these questions, anyway. Brooklyn. For the rich. It's an exit on the highway to the Hamptons. For guys like Krapes and me, it's a no man's land. This was my big mistake. I should have turned around and gone back home.
He's a genius, you know. Yeah, definitely a genius of, like, epic proportions. I was sent here to destroy him. But now I see that I was wrong. No, I'm just, let me tell you something. You don't talk to the chef, listen to him. He's a poet cook, man, and just he'll just go up to him and say hello, right? He'll just grab you, throw you in the corner, man, and he'll say, do you know that if is the middle word in life? Speaking of which, his offering last night of hearty lapchops, simmer mine, culinary pear, an apricot drizzle, man. It all makes sense now, man. It's all on a paper plate. Do you know the last time
it doesn't even
matter?
I
Off of a paper burst. Salad forks and fish knives, and you're supposed to work from the outside in. Well, this critic can only describe as man, as heaven. This discerning palate is wowed. Seating is cozy. Everything just reservations are dessert, required. I was a doubter. If I was a doubter, man. Did I mention that he was a genius? You're one of them, aren't you? You were sent here to ruin this shit, man. It is too late, man. Forget about it. Man, you know what? You're just a busboy. You're just a busboy who was sent here by clueless waiters, man. Clueless waiters. Just a busboy sent here to try and sweep up some French fries, man. You're a busboy. Sweep up some fries, man. But a busboy, man. A busboy sent by NRA.
reservation, that's bad form, Captain. I was their best chef ever. I know what they think. I knew you would come. Hungry? Try it. Yes. Finger food. Eat, Captain. Eat and believe. Wine? You know what I wanted to be when I was a boy? A chef. Yes, I wanted to be a chef. Do you know what you wanted to be when you were a boy? Important. Isn't it sad? Such a young boy, and already the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Outfielder.
What?
When I was young, I wanted to be a baseball player, an outfielder. I had to play center field.
You're just a busboy sent by clueless waiters.
I gotta stop.
I'm disappointed in you, Captain. Now it appears you'll have to stew with the nobility you came to protect. The tea was drugged. Now, to marinade you. 2 tablespoons paprika, 1/4 cup sesame oil, 4 fresh cloves garlic, 1 small red diced onion. As onions brown, and 1 small red diced onion. Add in 1 handful dried cherries, 1 sliced apple, small Macintosh, and half a cup chocolate chip morsels. Quickly saute 2 fillets tilapia. Oh, tilapia. It should have been the standard. Oh no! You fool! Not enough time! Oh no, my heart! No, no, no! My tilapia! Oh, the tilapia! My tilapia! The tilapia! The tilapia!